Okay? So what you got, bro?
Oh, no, I was just making sure I pronounced that word.
Oh no, you got it, bro. Read it one more time.
All right, this is Psalms chapter 78, verse 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels amongst them.
See? So that's those spirits, man. Those are messengers of YAHAWASHI. So when you go back to Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 3, we're going to read that again, 17 and 3.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 3. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparition.
See? So strange spirits. So when they was able to see them spirits, they was not seeing them because the Heavenly Father loved them. Okay? He allowed them to see them in his anger. So he gonna allow, since America is known as spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah in Egypt and have oppressed the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, he gonna allow, during this darkness, he gonna allow the citizens of America, whoever allowed it to see it, to see them spirits, and he gonna be allowing you to see it in his anger, man. See that? So what you're seeing in Manhattan is signs, man, to come to America, man. Okay? All right, continue on, bro.
Alright, this is verse 4. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as if waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance.
So they seen them spirits, man. They couldn't hide from them spirits, man. They seen them. Okay? And because there was a sin, the Most High was angry and he allowed it to happen to him, man. Okay? The Most High allowed him to see them horrible spirits, man, while the lights was out. So they were being tormented in their mind, man. See that?
That's heavy. I imagine when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You just felt like something was behind you, but you couldn't see nothing. How
yeah.
scared you was.
And you had to take out running. They get to the, you know, when you're a kid and you see certain things, you know, you hurry up and go tell your parents, as if your parents can rescue you.
Right.
But this gonna be happening to grown people, man, to where they ain't gonna have no help. See that? You ain't gonna be able to run to nobody and say, look, can you help me? Because they're gonna be seeing the same thing. Y'all all gonna be bugged out. See that? So go to verse 5.
All right. This is verse 5. No power of the fire might give them light.
So even if there was a light of fire, hoping they can see something, it didn't help them, man. Same way if you got a flashlight, it ain't gonna help them. Okay? Go ahead.
Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten the horrible night.
So you're gonna be hoping that you get some form of light, even from the heavens. It ain't gonna be there. See that? Go ahead.
This is verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the thing which they saw to be swords.
No. Read it again, worse.
I'll read it again. It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified, they brought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not.
See? So the things that they saw, you know, and the things that they didn't see was worse, man. Read it again so they can catch it.
Come. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the thing which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. So
they thought the thing that they saw to be worse than the thing that they saw not. Okay? So lucky if I had a reverse, but that's what it said. The things that they saw was worse than the things that they saw not. So they were seeing things, man. They was hallucinating. And the Most High allowed them, man. Okay? They wasn't on no dope. They were seeing it naturally, man. The Most High opened their minds up to where they could see them admirations, them spirits, naturally, man. And they couldn't escape it.
That's worse, because when you under something, man, you can at least blame it on something.
Yeah, you know man, I was high, man. I was doing this, I was doing that.
Right.
But hey, man, nah, these people gonna be sober, man. And see this, man. They ain't gonna be able to blame it on nothing but the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. They gonna be bugged out, man. Scared. Terrified, man. See that? The Most High, YAHAWASHI is gonna do it to them. Why? Because they oppressed the children of Israel, man. Okay? Now, what I want to do is continue on, and I'm going to show you something else. Go ahead.
All right, this is verse 7. As for the illusions of
music,
of
magic. Yes, I like it.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 7. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in where?
In wisdom.
Was in wisdom was reproved with disgrace.
All right, read it again.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, verse 17, verse 7. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their
vaunting means boasting, they were bragging. Go ahead.
In wisdom was reproved with disgrace.
Now, we're finna find out what they was doing. Now, we're finna go to Exodus. We're finna go to Exodus 7 and 12. Exodus 7 and 12. Okay? Now, this is one of the Egyptians' art and magic. And Esau, so-called white man, is on the left-hand side, and he practiced in their art of magic. Okay? So, the Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, the left-hand side magic they was using, they couldn't escape. Okay? The terrors of YAHAWASHI. So Esau not going to be able to escape. There's nothing new up under the sun. Okay? So I'm going to have the brother read some of the things that the Egyptians was doing dealing with the art of magic. Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is Exodus chapter 7, verse 12. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents.
Right.
But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rod.
And the reason why Aaron's rod swallowed up their rod, because the Heavenly Father power was more dominant than theirs, man. That's why. The Heavenly Father, YAHAWASHI power was more dominant than them ancient Egyptians. Okay? Go ahead.
It's verse 13. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hardened not unto them, hearkened unto them, as YAHAWASHI had said.
So, read that again.
Okay. This is Exodus chapter 7, verse 13. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as YAHAWASHI had said.
Jump back up to verse 12. Yeah.
Okay, Salaki.
And then read back down to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Salaki.
This is Exodus chapter 7, verse 12. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods.
Right. Show that the Most High power is more dominant. Okay? So that's the art of magic on the left-hand side the Egyptians was doing. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as Yahawah by Shem YAHAWASHI had said.
So, even though Pharaoh seen this and seen the Heavenly Father's power more dominant than the ancient Egyptians, even though they was able to make a snake, turn a stick into a snake, even though that snake that they had got swallowed up, that still didn't allow Pharaoh to listen to the children of Israel. Okay, he still was mind was hardened by the Heavenly Father and His Son. So this how cold the Heavenly Father is. He swallowed up. He had Pharaoh rod, which was that stick, to get swallowed up, and he was still working on the mind of Pharaoh to make his heart harden, to where he was so stubborn to where he wouldn't release the children of Israel, so the Most High can bring them plagues. Cold. And that's the same way with Esau. Even though we are here teaching and prophesying the downfall of America and breaking down these scriptures out of this Bible, which is the supreme book of the world, Esau still ain't listening to it. And 2/3 of the population, Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, ain't listening to it. The Most High harden all their hearts, man. Okay? So what I want to do is jump to chapter 8 in Exodus, and I want to read chapter 8, verse 6 and 7.
All right, this is Exodus chapter 8, verse 6. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the water of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt.
So, the Egyptians, with their art of magic on the left-hand side, did the same thing. So the reason why I'm reading these things, because the art of magic on the left-hand side, Esau got that power on the left-hand side, because the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians were doing the same thing that the Most High was doing, but the Most High power was more dominant. Okay? Now Esau might shut off the lights because he hit the switch.
Right.
Okay? He got that power. Okay? And say, oh, it was a storm. That's what done it. That's the art of magic. That's deception. Okay? And then he might use the harp. Okay? He might use the harp to bring that storm, which the Most High can cause a storm to happen. Okay? So Esau got that on the left-hand side, the art of magic, man. But the Most High, YAHAWASHI, power is more supreme. So I'm showing you that it's nothing new up under the sun. Okay? Esau got the art of magic too. Okay? On the left-hand side. Okay? Continue. I mean, what verse is that?
That was 7. Exodus chapter 8, verse 7.
Okay, read that again. Verse 6 and 7.
Okay. This is Exodus chapter 8, verse 6. It says, and Aaron stretched out his hand over the water of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. Verse 7. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt.
So there was challenging, okay, with their art of magic, man. Okay? That's what they was doing, man. And that's the same way Esau does, man. When we out here teaching these words, man, okay, they come up and challenge us, man, on these words, man. And then with their art of magic, if a storm coming and it's of the Most High, they have put out information that's saying, look, Esau got the power to use a harp, okay? They have put out information like that, so they challenging the Most High, you know? Even with the lights being cut off, they're challenging the Most High. But what's missing with the lights cut off is what? Them admirations. Then you gonna know, when you see them admirations, then you gonna know, hey, no, this ain't Esau. They ain't just hit the lights with a switch. This is something else. See? And these people are bugging out. Okay? So that was verse 7. All right, jump down to verse 19, and we're gonna read verse 19 to 23.
Okay. This is Exodus chapter 8, verse 19. Then the musicians, man, it's a tongue twister. So like
musicians, yeah.
Then the musician,
yeah, those are those sorcerers, okay, of Egypt. And Esau got them, okay. They got left-handed priests. They pray to them demons. They got them, man. Okay, go ahead.
Salakia, it's a tongue twister for me. Salakia.
Yeah.
It's Exodus chapter 8, verse 19. Then the magicians said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Most High. And Pharaoh's heart was hearkened. And he, no, Salakia, I'll read it again, Salakia. Exodus chapter 8, verse 19. Then the magicians said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Most High.
So the power of the Most High had prevailed, and they said, nah, this is the finger of the Most High, man. Nah. Okay. They had them witches on the left-hand side dealing with the art of magic. They came to the conclusion that, nah, it's a higher power doing it. When them players was hitting Egypt. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh's heart was hardened. So like, Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them as YAHAWASHI had said.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. And YAHAWASHI said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus said YAHAWASHI, let my people go, that they might serve me, that they may serve me.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. It says, else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. Verse 22. And I will serve in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am YAHAWASHI in the midst of the earth. Verse 23. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be.
Yep. So, what was it? The Most High made a separation between what? The children of Israel. And they was protected from them flies. So, the elect on this side going to be protected from them admirations. They not going to see them like the other people going to see them. Okay? When this darkness hit. So, those are the plagues, man. And those are the art of magic that them witches was dealing with on the left-hand side, and Esau got it today, man. He deal with the art of magic, man, on the left-hand side, okay? So I wanted to